Hello, my classes. I'm so happy when students write to me, but lately people have been asking me about what book have I ordered. And I want to show you how you can find out whatever book any of your teachers ordered. First, go to where you first found the courses, and this is you get on the home page and then you find where there's course offerings, and for our case, I clicked on communication, I got here. Then when you see the listing, go to where it says CRN number, which is in this corner right here, the 5-digit number, and click on that, and that will be your answer. Every teacher is supposed to put in their book order like months ago, and mine is there, and it says free open educational resource. They call those OERs, are required for the course. Please see your instructor. And what that really means is that it will be embedded in your course, so you do not have to do anything. It will be provided for you. And the free part is what I like so much. But that's not the only reason why I use OER. I started using OERs full-time in 2016 because of the variety of material I can get to in a quick time. This particular book is through an organization called the Creative Commons. It's out of the University of Minnesota, and I like the way they present the material. They connect the material for oral communication, public speaking class directly to what you already know, which is your written communication classes or your English writing courses. Okay. Also over here, and this is why I'm still staring on the course site, is where you will receive the information for your course. For our course, our COM 101, all your courses, please make sure you study the course offering page so you know what course did you sign up for. Did you sign up for face-to-face? Did you sign up for face-to-face hybrid? Did you sign up for asynchronous, or did you sign up for synchronous? And I teach an example of all four, so I will show you just what that looks like. The first one up here, it says COM 101, and it's section A2H, and we go over here and you say, oh, Monday, 11 to 1:40, hybrid, lecture hybrid. What does that mean? What that means is that there will be certain Mondays that you will be expected to be on the Fall River campus, which says it right over there to the left, in L119. It's not the best photography, but you can see it, from 11 to 1:40. And which dates are those? And every semester, students will say, I didn't know when we were supposed to meet. It's not going to change. It is right here. For every time you commit yourself or you select a course, there should be the dates right there, so there's no mystery. So you can tell your bosses, your childcare situation, these are the dates you need to be available. And here we have, for this particular class, we're meeting the first day, January 24th, and then 2 weeks from then, February 7th, and then 2 weeks from that, February 28th. And then almost a whole month goes by, and we have spring break in the middle of that, March 21st, then April 4th, April 25th, and then finally May 9th. So you see, every one of my hybrids is similar. They'll say it's every other week, but it's not a true every other week. But it's definitely not every week. Now, this may get interrupted because of the COVID-19 and the Omicron virus. This may get interrupted. Last semester, I took as a student a face-to-face class at Suffolk University in Boston, and I was looking forward to being face-to-face, and it started off fine. And then we got an email, actually an alert on the homepage of the university saying that we were going to go to remote learning. And if that happens to us, please do not get disheartened. We'll get back to face-to-face. But that means that we will be meeting at the exact same time, on the exact same days, but we will be meeting on Zoom. So the class does not get canceled. It just transfers from face-to-face to Zoom. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us, but it could happen at any point because you know how fluid this virus has been. So just be aware of that. Hopefully we have a whole semester and we meet every time we're supposed to with no interruptions, and that would be great. So I have 3 classes like that. I have one that meets on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then the very next one on this list on the course offerings for communication is my Monday from 4 to 6:45, purely face-to-face, purely face-to-face. Of course, you wear masks, you're vaccinated, you wear your mask correctly. I suggest the N95s and maybe a double mask. It has to fit snug to protect you. And we do keep social distancing, and I have seen it work very, very well in the classes. We do not have any food or drink in the classroom. We will take regular breaks. We'll never stay in for more than an hour without a break. Everyone can go outside, have their water, have their food, whatever they want. And like 10 to 15 minutes, we come back in and we resume class in a safe way. So those are them right there. Then for me, I go right over here to this Friday at 11 to 1:40 every Friday, and it says it's online synchronous, and that is on Zoom. So if you weren't sure what the platform we were using, it is Zoom. But it's every single Friday, like a traditional face-to-face, but it's every Friday. So that will not be interrupted. So you just look at the language. You have lecture hybrid, lecture hybrid, lecture hybrid, just straight lecture, and then lecture online synchronous. And then down here, I have one more class. And see, there's so many COM 101s. That is another reason why I like to show this now. If you're not happy or it's not going to be a good match what you selected for my class, there are openings in so many other modalities. So find the one that's going to fit you. You will not hurt my feelings, I promise you. I want it to work for you. Where is my other one? Oh, right over here. Joyce Fernandez. It's the COM 101 Honors. I'm very excited to be doing this class once again, and it is going to be asynchronous. A is from the Latin word meaning without, so no synchronous. This is fully online. So I can see why it's confusing, but for my courses, they're all the same exact book, all the same exact book right there. And you will see different teachers having, different books out there, but that's how you find out. Once you get into the class, once it opens up on January 24th, this is how my courses look. Every course looks very, very much the same. What makes courses a little different, like for the COM 101 Honors, for example, they do 2 different assignments than the general population COM 101, but no one course is better. They're just a little different, and the modalities are a little different, but they're all precious, and there's all great benefits for any form you pick. There's not one better than the other. It's whatever makes sense to you. I design my classes, at least I attempt to design them with an ease of operation so you are not confused. Like I mentioned, those dates that are there for the hybrids, those are not going to change. So you can right now put those in your calendar. You can tell your bosses, etc., and your family when you are going to be expected. This is a typical what it looks like when you open up a course with us, and you will have the syllabus. This is from last semester. I haven't updated this yet, but I will. And then over here is our text right here, and that stays up there. And you can see it in different forms. I look at it in the PDF, and here it is. And then read book, and then you just start. And it's very easy. I am sending you the PDF of it. And again, free, which I really like, but also the quality is so good. And then I do the folder method. So if you wonder what is assigned week to week, well, you open up the folder. So week 1, everyone who's watching this is going to have a week 1, and we go right down with the weeks, week to week. Everything in that folder is due at the end of that week, so you have the 7 days. Let's see, week 1, you have 2 discussion boards right off the bat, and then this cute little video by Charlie Brown, which is like I say, video just for fun, and then a handout on the benefits of public speaking, and then there'll also be more information on day 1, and there'll also be a chapter to read. So I will assign chapters as we go. The book is always here. You can read as many chapters as you want. You certainly don't have to wait for me to tell you to read a chapter. That's not necessary. This is all to help you. And here are the chapters. It is very close to a written communication class book, an English book, and it should be, but it's oral communication because not just the philosophy, but the purpose is the same. It's to connect to your audience. In writing, you were taught to be the writer, but you were writing for a reader. In a speech class, you were speaking for an audience. So it's all about the connection. Communication is connection. That's what it really means. So you see all these different chapters. And I will assign them as we go along. But you can read up, you can read ahead. This is your text. But what I like about the chapters is that they're text. I had a book before that had lots of charts and graphs, and it was just too busy. This author, or these authors from the University of Minnesota, have broken it down into key ideas so it flows. Students have told me from every reading level in my class, I could read that. I understood it because I was constantly making that connection between what they were saying and what I already know. You know, this is it. It's really, you already have the tools for this class because you've had communication classes in the past, but they were called your English classes. Okay, I'm going to turn it around, see if you can see my face without a mask on. Here I am in my office, my favorite place to be outside of my house. I'm happy to be your professor. I really am. My classes, I think, are designed to be peaceful, to connect, to be accessible to all learning styles and all personality types. You can definitely be a true introvert, a very quiet person who this is not your cup of tea to be doing public speaking, but what you realize that you have everything that you need. You have been connecting with human beings your entire life, and you are exactly the way you're supposed to be. You are perfect the way you are. So if you're quiet, you're going to be doing it on your own terms, because this course is not to impress me or a classmate. It's for you to discover within yourself what you have to do to be an effective oral communicator and work on those skills. This is skill-based. This is effort-based. This is practice-based. This is go along with those folders. Every week you're going to be seeing discussion boards. Sometimes you'll see a journal to fill out, and those are peer-reviewed journals. They come after we do our presentations. When we meet in the hybrid, we're meeting to present to each other. That's what we're doing when we meet face-to-face. Outside of the first class, that's what we'll be doing. And then same thing with the Zoom. We'll be meeting every week on the Friday Zoom, but there'll be specific days for us to present on Zoom. And I know you're going to love it. What I get for feedback from really, I'd say 100% of my students, if not 99, that it was better than they expected it to be. It connected to them. It was peaceful. It wasn't hyper. It was peaceful. Ease of operation. Just go with the flow, right? Every week, open up the folder. Every week, do what I'm asking you to do. You get your attendance through the discussion boards. Yes, I want you to present on the days to present, but that grade will be connected to your grade for the speech. Weekly attendance is taken on those discussion boards and coming to class. But the point is the discussion boards will carry you through. So if you're out for a week or two, all of a sudden you're like your whole life turns around, get back on the balance beam. Get back on it. You know, the rope starts jumping on January 24th, and it's a slow pace. You can get into it and you can get back into it. You don't need to send me a note saying, I missed 2 weeks. What did I miss? Go back to the folders. Same thing with any technical issues. Do not take the time to tell me you can't get your video up or you can't get into a discussion board. You call our IT, because that's who I'll call. I know how I fix what I use with my particular computers, but it's different for everyone, and it's not my expertise, and I want to give you information that is only going to make you more confused. So you call the experts, and that's what I do. Trying to see if there's anything else here that I want to tell you. I do have notes even for this presentation. But no matter what modality, if you use asynchronous, synchronous, lecture hybrid, just lecture, right? Just face-to-face. Everyone has the same book. Everyone is going to be having very similar assignments, right? Very similar. Everyone is going to be doing the same discussion boards. Everyone is going to be doing the journals. It's just the experience in the class might be a little bit different. And hopefully the modality that you selected fits what you need to do. I hope we stay healthy. I know it's been very difficult for people to keep their jobs going with finances. I'm very proud of you that during this deadly pandemic, you're still seeking out a college education. I think if you can possibly do it, it's the way to do it. Keep going with your education. No one can ever take it away from you. Once you earn these credits, you move on. And I'm glad you're in this class. But if for any reason you don't like the way I look, you don't like the way I sound, you don't like the modality, you don't like the book I selected, this is your time to bail out. It's fine. It really is. And then move into another COM 101 or take COM 101 another semester. COM 101 is a universal class. All the colleges you're going to be going into for your 4-year school is going to expect you to have at least 3 college credits in public speaking. It's practice. It's a review of what you already know. It's a chance for discovery. It's a communication experience. Most students, after reading the text, they're like, wow, I did learn something there. If you allow yourself. You know, I, as the source or the speaker, just like when you're going to be the speaker, can send out your message, encode out your message the best you can. But real communication depends on how it's received. So everyone in this class listening to me is going to receive even this video differently. But I was motivated to send you this video because of some emails I received from students who said, what's the textbook? And I'm thinking, oh, you don't need to ask me that. I'm going to show you the power, right? The more you know, the more power you have, the better you will do. And that's what education is, learning by learning. Also, I love to get voice messages. I'll send you my my phone number here at the college where you can leave a voicemail message. I'm the only one who's going to listen to it. But if you have any questions, leave me a voicemail. I may not call you back. In fact, depending on when it comes in, I probably won't. But I'll send you an email to say I received it. And usually we can get things pretty much solved with just a quick phone call. I prefer phone calls because I find when a student needs to make a phone call, first of all, they're using their oral communication skills, which is great practice. And also it means they really mean it. I've had students send me emails at 2, 3 in the morning, which didn't even make sense to me. And the answer usually was, please call the site lab or the help desk for IT help. It wasn't something that was even in my paradigm to help them with. And I'm assuming they got nervous and they thought, I'll call the teacher. But sometimes that's not the most efficient way. But a voice message, if someone leaves me a voice message, I know there's a reason. Either they're going to be out or they came down with COVID or there's something that they need to connect to me. And I don't want you to think that you can't, because you can. And I do listen to them. So, and that won't get cluttered. I'm looking at my phone right now. That won't get cluttered. The email, however, gets very cluttered. And if you ever do respond to me by email, make sure you're using Bristol Community College email. Because in my folder system on my email, I do not get Gmail. It doesn't even come to me. It just goes to trash. I have a personal Gmail account for my friends and family and, for my bank, that sort of thing. But nothing other than Bristol Community College. Interests come through the BCC email. And we're not supposed to open up on our BCC account any other emails because of fraudulent behavior. So make sure you're using the email system. But leave me a voicemail. I'd love to hear your voice. And it'll be good. It'll be good practice. It really will. I think this is it. I said a lot, but one of the parts of this class is not just speaking but listening. So thank you for listening. I'm going to say ciao for now. Make sure you get your mask. I have so many different ones. Like you, I probably tried so many different ones. I have this N95. It has to have the NIOSH seal on it, saying that it's legit. I have so many different ones. And many times what I'll do is use a surgical mask and then I cover it over with a cloth mask. But when I'm in class, I always use an N95. And sometimes I have a covering. So we're nice and tidy. So it's a good seal right over here. No nose hanging out. So no food or drink in the classroom to consume. If anyone's in a face-to-face and they need a drink, just step right out and go outside and take your drink. Or if we're in a building that has a big open area and you can socially distance, you can do it there too. We know what to do. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now. We know what to do to be safe. All right, ciao for now. Today is Friday, February 14th. February 14th. Am I off the charts? January 14th. February 14th is Valentine's Day. That's kind of a sweet day. Yeah, 1 more month to Valentine's Day. All right, so I'm going to be sending you the PDF of the book, which you can start reading. Do whatever you want to do with that book. It's your book forever for for this course. And then some other numbers that you may want that may be helpful. If you need a tutor, if you find it would be best if you had someone guide you through this, please ask for help. Please, please. There's nothing worse than feeling overwhelmed by an online course or any course. Sometimes you have a tutor for every week. Sometimes you'll have a tutor every other week to keep you on track, right? So that's the Learning Commons. I'll send that information down below. Any other types of issues from like anxiety, anything. We have someone to help you here at this college, but you do have to seek out the help and call before you get too overwhelmed. And the students who ask for help and receive the help, they end up being successful, and later on in their life, they're the ones who help others. We're in this together. I don't mean even just about COVID. I mean about life, right? Life throws us curveballs all the time. And as Darwin said, it's survival of the fittest. You're already showing how fit you are. You're taking college classes. So you are looking toward the future. So am I. All right, ciao for now. I think this is the third time I said goodbye.